Hi, this is Luke with The Gamer. Thanks to Capcom for providing us with early access to Monster Hunter Rise, so I've had the time to put together this beginner's guide for you. The Monster Hunter series dates back all the way to the PS2 era, but the franchise experienced a huge burst in popularity with the release of Monster Hunter World. Now, with Monster Hunter Rise about to release on PC, there's probably plenty of seasoned veterans of the franchise getting ready to jump back in. But if you're one of the newcomers that hasn't played a Monster Hunter game before, then I've put together a beginner's guide. This will help you become the best hunter you can possibly be. Monster Hunter has largely followed the same formula in pretty much every iteration, and is easy and pretty straightforward to keep up with. You can break it down into 5 steps. Number 1, select a specific monster to track down. Number 2, travel to one of the monster's known habitats. Number 3, track down the monster. Number 4, take on the monster. And number 5, use any materials dropped from the monster after you've beat it to craft and enhance your gear. And the more you hunt, the stronger gear you can craft, meaning you can take on the higher, more difficult monsters. One of the most important parts of playing Monster Hunter is preparation. It's about knowing your enemy and knowing what armor will protect you best against them. But another thing you should always do is take a stop at the canteen and fill up on some fresh bunny dango. You can order up to 3 pieces of dango, each with unique boosts and effects that can enhance your abilities in combat. And as you progress through the game, you'll unlock more recipes that provide even stronger bonuses to ensure your success over the strongest monsters in the game.
Here you go!
The twins Hinoa and Minoto are the quest givers in Monster Hunter Rise, but both sisters give different types of quests, and it's important to understand the difference between them. Hinoa handles the solo tasks, and you can find her near the blacksmith in the steelworks. Hinoa provides village quests which drive the main story, as well as special license tests, which become available after progressing to a certain point, and these are missions you'll need to complete to unlock higher quests with Minoto. Minoto, on the other hand, provides hub quests. These are more challenging quests that can be played in co-op with up to 4 players. You'll start with basic low-level hub quests, which are more manageable in solo play, but as you reach the high-rank quests, that's when you'll need to bring in some friends, or you can do rampage quests, which are even more difficult. These missions involve fighting off hordes of monsters using your own skills and various tower defense style weapons. However, before you jump into a hunt, you should really take some time to do the training missions. These are pretty much just tutorials, and they will teach you the basics of Monster Hunter's unique mechanics. There are 4 tutorials that you should do before you properly get into the game, and they're back to basics, learning to ride, the basics of capturing monsters, and the rampage approaches. These 4 tutorials cover some of the most important parts of Monster Hunter Rise's gameplay, and you should absolutely take the time to do them. So, with the tutorial missions down, you're nearly ready to go on your first hunt. However, the next step is to head to the training area and try out all the different weapons in Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter boasts 14 different weapons, each with a unique style. However, it's pretty hard to just pick up and play with them, so it's important to use the training area to learn the weapons, how they function, and how to maximize your damage with them. And Monster Hunter is kind enough to give you one of each weapon from the beginning, so you can head to the training area and just take them all for a spin to see which one you like the most. I'm a big fan of the hammer myself. There's nothing more satisfying than landing a good shot to a monster's head and watching them topple over and flail helplessly. Those starting weapons and armor are only going to get you so far though. As the monsters get tougher and more difficult, you'll need to improve your weapons and armor to keep up with them. This is where the steelworks come in. At the steelworks you can forge new armor and weapons using materials you've obtained from previous hunts. So if you see a weapon or some armor you like, just hover over it and it will tell you what kind of monster the materials come from and what materials you'll need. Once you know what type of monster you need to hunt, if you check the large monster section of the hunter notes, you can see how the material drops. Sometimes you might need to trigger a break during a fight, which can involve attacking a jaw repeatedly or severing a monster's tail during a hunt. But it's not just about forging new weapons and armor, it's also about upgrading your current ones. Once you hit high rank quests, the difficulty will get much harder. This means that optimizing your armor and weapons is essential to defeating the toughest monsters in the game. The last part of this guide involves endemic life and plants. There are vibrant insects and creatures scattered all over every map, and they are highly sought out for the stat buffs they can provide upon interactions. That's why when you're plotting a course to the monster's location, you should try to find one that incorporates as much endemic life as possible. This will become easy enough the more you play because they pretty much spawn in the same location every time. You'll also want to gather crafting ingredients as you go along, so it's a good idea to just interact with all flora and fauna you come across while you're playing. So that wraps it up for my beginner's guide to Monster Hunter Rise. I hope this has helped out, and good luck on all your future hunts. Thanks for watching, and check out thegamer.com for more.